Welcome to today's deep dive. If you follow higher education or, societal health trends, you already know we are facing a massive mental health crisis among young adults.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we aren't going to spend time today just telling you that students are stressed out right now. We're actually looking at the Art of Living's 45-year impact report. And our mission today is to explore the actual measurable solutions being deployed to fix this.
Right, because the tangible solutions are what actually matter here.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
Because the report points out a staggering baseline. Over 1 billion people globally live with mental health disorders. And 50% of those start by age 14.
Which is just a crazy statistic.
It really is. By the time students hit a college campus, they are standing right at the epicenter of this crisis. It's like handing them a supercomputer like their brain, but totally forgetting to give them the operating manual.
Right, and that timeline is critical because what the report highlights is that traditional cognitive approaches, like simply telling a burned-out 20-year-old to, manage their time better or stress less, they are just failing. What's fascinating here is that the source material advocates for physical, evidence-based interventions.
Like actually physically altering the nervous system.
Exactly, changing the nervous system's response to pressure, rather than just trying to talk the brain out of being anxious.
Okay, I have to pause you there, because I can hear a skeptic, honestly, myself included, saying, wait a minute, are we just talking about breathing exercises here?
I know, it sounds a bit too simple, right?
Yeah, like how can taking a few deep breaths possibly move the needle on clinical anxiety, especially when you compare it to, say, traditional therapy or medication?
It's a completely fair pushback, but when the report discusses structured breathing techniques, it is not talking about the casual, take a deep breath advice you get from some random wellness blog.
Okay, so what is it then?
Well, it's referring to specific rhythmic breathing patterns that physically stimulate the vagus nerve. And that nerve is essentially, it's the biological superhighway connecting your brain to your internal organs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So when you alter the rhythm and depth of your breath in these highly specific ways, you send a direct physiological signal to activate the parasympathetic nervous system.
Rest and digest mode, right?
Exactly. That is your body's rest and digest mode.
So it's not just a philosophical shift. It's like breathing is the actual physical remote control for the autonomic nervous system.
That's a great way to put it.
Because, you can't just logically think your way out of a physiological panic attack. The logical part of your brain is essentially taken offline by those stress hormones.
Right. You are basically locked out of the control room.
But you can use your breath to manually override that biological stress response.
Exactly. You are physically changing your heart rate variability and lowering cortisol levels. That is why this intervention succeeds, where just talking about stress fails. It treats the underlying physiology of anxiety first.
Okay, well, here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Because the report highlights how this exact science is being applied at scale through something called the SKY Campus Happiness Program.
Yes, and this isn't just some tiny, isolated pilot study either.
Not at all. The report notes it has actually reached over 5 million students globally, and it's active in 42 universities across the U.S. Plus, there is a very prominent Arizona tie-in here.
Oh, right, Arizona State University.
Yeah, ASU is explicitly highlighted as one of the foundation's major university partners implementing this exact curriculum.
Which is highly significant given ASU's massive scale and influence, By integrating this specific curriculum, ASU, alongside independent researchers from places like Stanford and Yale, they're gathering hard data.
And the data is pretty compelling, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. The results show significant reductions in clinical anxiety and depression, alongside improved sleep quality and much stronger social connections.
And they are doing all of this without massive medical overhead. The report emphasizes this is a low-cost, scalable tool. And crucially for young adults, it is completely stigma-free.
Yeah, that's a huge point.
Right. There is no clinical diagnosis required to just sit in a room and do a breathwork seminar with your peers.
Exactly. They are shifting away from a purely reactive model, where you basically wait for a student to hit a crisis point and need a counselor, to a proactive culture of care.
Training nervous system regulation before the midterms even start.
Precisely.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? It means that we've been looking at well-being entirely wrong. Emotional resilience isn't just some lucky personality trait you were born with.
No, not at all.
It is a biological skill that can be taught, practiced, and measured, exactly like calculus or coding.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, This kind of biological intervention is most valuable when we apply it to the high-stress environments we navigate every single day.
Definitely.
Right.
Because the same physical mechanisms that pull a college student out of a panic attack, well, they operate in your nervous system too.
Exactly. We all have our own version of finals week.
Oh, for sure. Whether that is a stressful board meeting, a major project deadline, or honestly, just getting the kids to school on time.
Right, right. Which raises an important question for you to consider. If specialized vagus nerve stimulating breathwork can measurably transform incredibly high pressure college campuses like ASU, how might these exact same tools reshape the intense environments of our corporate workplaces, or even the dynamic inside our own homes?
It really makes you rethink how we handle pressure. If the remote control for our nervous system has been right under our noses this whole time, maybe it is time we finally learned how to push the buttons.